It looks like Zoe Quinn is at it again. The Verge reporter fails to disclose personal relationship with Zoe Quinn in Goddess Mode interview. So if you didn't know, back in the Gamergate days, Quinn here used to go around getting reviews and interviews with people about her video game from people that she was having a sexual relationship with or doing something on the side with. And this, from what came out, was that was due to getting good reviews on her stuff. This brought up the whole ethics in the industry thing and kind of kicked off a lot of stuff from there. And turns out some things just never change. As we find out from Bounding in Comics report, the Verge reporter failed to disclose personal relationship with Zoe Quinn in Goddess Mode interview. This really shouldn't come to a surprise for anybody that knows what's going on. Quinn loves attention, right? That's why she went from one gate to the next. She's a gate hopper. And sure enough, we find out that she's going around getting interviewed by buddies, and nothing's really changed. So we go here. Last June, DC Comics announced that the company would be reviving their graphic and adult content in print Vertigo comics, which makes me feel like I have vertigo sometimes when I'm reading it, because they've all been so terrible except for one. The relaunch was announced alongside several new titles that aim to speak to current social issues, such as xenophobia and Eric Esquivel's Border Town, or sexual freedom and Tina Horn's safe sex. Oh, Border Town. How did that go for old DC Vertigo? Tisk tisk. One of the titles announced for the relaunch was Goddess Mode, a cyberpunk adventure series written by Zoe Quinn with art provided by Chocolate Starfish himself, Robbie Rodriguez. So you have two big controversial names on there. Robbie Rodriguez, if you don't know, is the guy who took a tripod, set it to the ground, and took pictures of his back hole and said, "Hey, Mr. Van Sciver, I'd like you to take a look at these back hole pictures in the public for social media to see." If this would have been flipped, it totally would have been harassment of the sexual kind. But because, you know, the biased media like CBR, who hasn't even reported on Eric Esquivel yet, was never going to pick that up, so it naturally just went into the wind, and nobody ever found out about it. So continuing on, recently, The Verge's Laura Hudson conducted and published an interview with Quinn. The published piece is a fairly standard promotional interview in which Quinn speaks at length on Goddess Mode in order to promote her book in the wake of the comic's official release. Yet many readers were quick to point out that the piece itself was innocuous. There was a glowing admission Hudson did not disclose her personal relationships with Quinn. According to tweets between the two of them, they have quite the personal relationship. And now what I like about Bounding in Comics is look at this stack of evidence that they've collected for us to look at. So you're supposed to disclose, this is my buddy. I'm interviewing him. There's a little bit of conflict of interest here, but these people never do that because there's no ethics in journalism anymore, and it's showing as all of these websites and stuff crash. We're about to see Fox go down. Not Fox. I'm talking Vox, as in Victor Omnipress X-Men. They're the ones going down, not Fox. But we're seeing that more and more, and it's because of little things like this. You know, you can't trust these people because look at what they do. Every time they get a chance to go behind your back and do something shady, they sure as hell do it. So you just go here, tearing up a little at this. Not going to lie, Laura's an amazing writer, advocate, singer, and all-around person, but you already knew that. You see my final piece for The Verge at Unburnt Riches debut comic, Goddess Mode. If you're tired, exhausted for trying to fight for anything and just want to be encouraged to keep going, then this is me trying to subtweet you in a comic. Also, it's real gay. So I've actually reviewed this comic. It was a pile of garbage. It shouldn't have surprised anybody because she has no experience in writing comics, and that doesn't just translate. You can't, because you wrote one book which got bad reviews from people, not your shill friends. It does not look good for you. But she got tired of working as a waitress, I guess, and wants to give it a shot. So here we actually get to see the relationship. This is a lovely thing to hear in response to my final piece at The Verge by someone I respect immensely. Also, it probably says something about me that most of my immediate point of pride was that I am, yes, a good singer. So then they go on to talk about their friendship. I mean, I could not include the part, I'm pretty sure I've seen you make someone faint at karaoke once. You going back to GDC again this year? We got to do it. Already establishing a prior relationship? Yes! Oh, God! You got to come to Seattle karaoke spot. Then I could set the record for flaming things consumed on the premises because they're so good to me. And then PDX is only $20. I have no excuse. She's coming. So they're going to keep it going. They're going to keep that friendship going. And then you go down here, and it talks about actual journalism ethics. Most newspapers bar reporters from writing about or including quotes from friends or family members, though there are some exceptions. If the reporter is open about it in an autobiography or a memoir, obviously it is fine. Even here, however, there is an obligation. The writer should be transparent and stipulate the relationship. We do not allow reporters to cover people or companies where they have personal conflict. But that doesn't matter to Laura Hudson here because she doesn't give a damn about ethics. It's all about promoting the cause, promoting your buddies. So you know that it was a glowing review, right? I mean, that's just how things work in this industry. I want to take a look. Let's look at some quick reviews on Goddess Mode, shall we? So, of course, right, look at these reviews. A 10! A 10 out of 10. This is surely the best comic to come out since, the old days with old Mr. Dixon on Nightwing. Quinn and Rodriguez's first issue of Goddess Mode is page after page of color and curiosity. I'm greatly looking forward to Cassandra's character development, learning who the three magical heroines are in this new world and all about how crazy this neon whirlwind of technology and monsters can get. I'm definitely ready to find out. Newsrama. Sassy, smart, and a little pissed off. Goddess Mode is another thunderous debut for the new era of Vertigo comics. Zoe Quinn, Chocolate Starfish himself, Robbie Rodriguez, and Rico Renzi build up a rich, expansive world, choke it full of ideas, and throw a trash-loving mess of a woman into the thick of it. A trash-loving mess says something about that comic and the creators. Zoe Quinn's storytelling in Goddess Mode is off to an excellent start. Artist Robbie Rodriguez, colorist Rico Renzi, and variant cover Stedjan, whatever that name is, all explicitly craft an aesthetic and show off their skills in color mixing. And then, what? Oh, 101, or in human speak, read this comic. Oh, that's funny. And then we got some actually bad reviews here from littler sites that don't get a lot of attention. So, like Epic Stream, fans of Cyberpunk might have the patience to read through this twice and may find a notable addition, but still give it a bad review. So we got a couple honest people, but the bigger sites, as you can see, and CBR reviewed it as well, but they didn't give it a number score, which keeps them out of areas like this. And you see the trend of tongue bathing, right? Nothing new. So anyway, I just wanted to go over some of these reviews to show you some stuff and talk about Quinn lying again, her media friends lying again. It's almost like the story repeats itself. It's like hopping on one treadmill and then hopping on the other one. We'll just go around this merry-go-round. Anyway, leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about this. Check out my Stream Me and my Patreon links in the description. Check out Sovereign, solid comic book. It's a link to the description in there as well. And leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.